Hello everyone, Tom back again for Animuscle. So this next blog post that I'm going to be doing is regarding the energy systems of our bodies that we use for physical effort, exercise, everyday daily life, basically. It's quite an interesting topic because it's more involved. There's more to it than probably meets the eye. The body is a very intricate machine, is the way to look at it, as to how it has these readily available energy sources for us to utilise to perform. There are 3 energy systems that the body integrates with. And I'm going to be doing a blog on each one. So this is just going to be part 1, and it's going to cover the first energy system that I'll mention to you. But just a general overview for what it encompasses. So basically our bodies use adenosine triphosphate as the base model for energy in the 3 energy systems. Now ATP, adenosine triphosphate, is produced by the breakdown of fuel molecules which come from our carbohydrates, fats and proteins in our diets. During physical activity, Jesus, to my voice then. During physical activity, 3 different processes work to split ATP into the molecules which release energy for muscle contractions, force production, and ultimately sports performance. These processes, or energy systems, act as pathways for the production of energy in sport. The intensity and duration of the physical activity determines which pathway acts as the dominant fuel source. So, as I've mentioned, there's 3. And in this part 1, we are going to be covering the anaerobic alactic energy system, which is basically very, very short period, immediate, up to around 10 seconds. It's probably most prolifically seen in very short bursts and intense exercise or events. So, for example, 100-meter sprints, powerlifting, weightlifting, movements that don't tend to surpass typically 10 seconds. So it's made up of actually ATP and creatine phosphate, I believe. It's creatine phosphate. Yeah, it is creatine phosphate, yes. Now these are just small natural reserves in the body, ready for very high intensity movements, like I've said, up to around 10 seconds, unless you have time to replenish the stores. It's estimated that 50% can be replenished after 30 seconds of complete rest, and 2 minutes for complete restoration if a full rest has been taken. So like I say, it's not something that you can do one after the other with very short rest periods, because if that was the intention, then performance would certainly drop in this area. Like you wouldn't be able to run the 100 meters if you're doing, let's say, 10 sets and you ran the first set as quick as you could, had 30 seconds, and you ran the second set, and then again 30 seconds, ran the third set. By the time hitting your 3rd, 4th, 5th set, then times would definitely start getting slower. So it's very taxing because it's literally 100% max effort. That's what it's deemed to be. So like I say, there is that. So it's either designed for maximum speed or power. So moving against resistance or a force as fast as possible, i.e. weightlifting, powerlifting. It's taxing on the body, but it's literally everything at that one instance is expended, basically. So it's for really big, high power firing movements. It's an important part. To be fair, you can utilize more than one energy system in different sports, and I think that's important. It's very. I mean, for example, let's say you do a team sport such as rugby, football, or if you compete in mixed martial arts. There's going to be times where you will be venturing into the different energy systems. For example, you could be playing a position on a pitch. Ball could be played to you that you've got to get to it before an opposing player does. You'll probably utilise the system then. Same in MMA, if you shooting for a takedown on somebody, again, for that very short split second of time of shooting in and then aiming to pick and lift and drop him, again, you're probably going to be utilising your anaerobic alactic system. It's very much a science, the body, as much as we all probably aren't aware of it. There's a lot more going on than meets the eye. And you'll use it. I mean, you don't just turn it on. You don't think, I need to turn that on now and then it works. It's all autonomous. It's all, subconscious. And that's why it's so fascinating, I think, that your body can just do this. And, we just run with it. It's incredibly impressive, especially when you see how the limits that people can work with. I mean, for example, Usain Bolt running the 100 meters, unbelievable. You see, I think I don't know his name, but Irregular Strength on Instagram. With the weights he's shifting when he's benching, phenomenal. It's just great to see, how the system can be trained, because it can be improved in every single person, and you can train it, you can work for it. And like I say, they'd be working more around high intensity intervals to probably build the system. So like sprinters would do a lot of sprinting, weightlifters would be doing a lot of heavy lifting, trying to increase weight, trying to move it quicker, trying to move it more efficiently, but obviously plenty of rest in between. So yeah, the anaerobic alactic energy system, it's a big one. So if you're looking to improve it, you have to train towards it. And if you're looking to improve it, do some reading and research into it on how best to improve it. But that's this one, guys. I'll see you for part 2 for the next energy system. And hopefully you've learned something there. Bosh. Have a good one.